Good morning, students. So we are in the middle of discussing the chapter mechanical properties of fluids, and now we are on the verge of ending this chapter. Now about the only concept that is left is surface tension. So we'll start surface tension from the next lecture, and now in this lecture we are going to discuss some numerical problems based on the concepts that we have covered till now. For example, all that pressure at a point, how pressure varies when you go inside the liquid at a depth, and variation of pressure at the same horizontal level, and that equation of continuity and Venturi meter, and that Bernoulli's theorem, and all those concepts we are going to discuss some problems in this lecture. So please write down the first problem. The first problem says, please write down the question. The first problem is, how much will a body of 70 Newton, how much will a body of 70 Newton weigh in water, if it displaces 200 ml of water. So this is the question. Please pause the video and try to solve the question by yourself. Watch the solution only if you are not able to solve the problem, right? Please pause the video now, solve the question and try it. So now I am going to explain the solution. Okay? The question says, how much will a body of 70 Newton weigh in water if it displaces 200 ml of water? So clearly this problem is based on the concept of Archimedes principle. In Archimedes principle, what we have studied, when we dip a body inside a liquid, then it experiences an upthrust force called as buoyant force, and which is equal to the weight of the liquid displaced, right? So when we will immerse a body whose real weight is 70 Newton in air, this is the real weight of the body which is measured in air. Now this body is taken inside the water, and now they are asking the apparent weight of it, right? So I told you in previous lectures how do we calculate the apparent weight. What we used to do, we used to take this container, okay? This is a container in which the liquid is filled. Here the liquid is water, right? So this is the liquid filled inside the container, and suppose this is the body of weight 70 Newton. Now we want to measure the apparent weight of this body. So what we used to do, we used to hang it with the help of spring balance like this. Here are the marks which are used to calculate to read the apparent weight, and there is one long string, and then there was a hook, and we used to hang the body on this, and this is connected like this, right? So now if we see all the forces that are acting on this body, so they will be, the weight mg will be acting downwards, which is equal to the real weight, and real weight in this question is given as 70 Newton, right? And there will be one buoyant force which acts in the upward direction, okay? Let us denote that by U, and there will be a tension in this string. So tension in the string is equal to the apparent weight of the body. Since the body is at rest, so all the forces on it must be balanced. So we must have T plus U is equal to W, where W is the real weight in air. So apparent weight or the tension in the string will be T equal to W minus U, right? And what is the value of upthrust or the buoyant force? It is equal to rho L V SI G. Let me write the formula. W minus rho L V SI G, where rho L is the density of the liquid, Vsi is the volume of the solid immersed, and G is acceleration due to gravity. We have already discussed this in our lectures. ठीक है? So tension or the apparent weight will be equal to W. W की वैल्यू मैंने रखी है 70 minus density of the liquid. Here liquid is water and we know the density of water is 1000 kg per meter cube. So 1000 kg per meter cube. Next is volume of solid immersed. Since the body displaces 200 ml of water, so this is the volume of the body that is given to us. So the volume is 200 ml. We will convert it in SI. 200 ml, 1 ml is equal to 10 to the power minus 3 liter. And what is the relation between liter and meter cube? Because liter is not the SI unit, meter cube is the SI unit. And we know 1 meter cube is equal to 1000 liter. If you don't know, please write it somewhere. 1 meter cube is equal to 10 to the power 3 liter. And here this value is now in liters and we want to convert it in meter cube. So 1 liter will be equal to 10 to the power minus 3 meter cube. So we will again multiply it by 10 raised to the power minus 3, and now this is the volume in meter cube, right? And multiply by G. Let us take the value of G as 10. So multiply by 10, right? So tension or apparent weight will be equal to 70 minus. See, this will be 10 raised to the power minus 6, and this is 10 raised to the power plus 3. So it will be 10 raised to the power minus 3. And then 10 raised to the power minus 3, and this will be 2000 into 10 raised to the power minus 3. So it will be 2, right? So T will be equal to 68 Newton. So this much the body will weigh in water. Okay? I hope everyone has got this. Please note it down. And now let us move to our next problem. Okay? This was the first problem, and now the second problem. Let me erase this, and then we shall see the next problem. I am not erasing this figure because we might need it again, right? So please note down the next problem. The next question says, a solid weighs a solid weighs 6 kg in air. A solid weighs 6 kg in air if its density is if its density is 2000 kg per meter cube, what will be its apparent weight in water? What will be its apparent weight? What will be its apparent weight in water? So please pause the video and try to solve the question by yourself. This problem is based on the similar pattern, okay? As on the first problem. So please kindly try it and then we shall solve. I hope you have tried, and now I am going to solve this problem. The question says a solid weighs 6 kg in air. So this is the mass of the object given to us, and if its density is 2000 kg per meter cube. So this is the density of the solid which is given as 2000 kg per meter cube. What will be its apparent weight in water? So this formula and this concept will be used again is equal to W minus U. So I am writing it as apparent weight is equal to real weight minus upthrust, right? So real weight will be since the 6 kg is the mass which is given in air, so let us take the value of G as 10. So the real weight will be 6 into 10, which is 60 Newton, right? Minus upthrust. So upthrust के लिए फिर से वही फॉर्मूला rho L V SI G, right? So it will be 60 minus density of liquid. Since the liquid is water there, so the density will be 1000 kg per meter cube. ठीक है. Volume of the solid immersed. Since the complete solid is immersed in water, so volume of solid immersed will be equal to volume of the solid, right? And now we need the volume of the solid, but we don't know the volume of the solid, but we know its mass and density, and we know one relation, density is equal to mass upon volume. So volume will be equal to mass upon density. So we can calculate the volume from here by dividing mass with density. Since the mass is 6 kg, so 6 upon density is given as 2000 kg per meter cube. So it will be 2000, right? So this is the volume of the solid multiplied by G, which is 10 meter per second square, is equal to 60 minus 1000 से 2000 काटेंगे तो बचेगा 2, and then 2 into 3 will be 6, so 3 into 10 will be 30, right? So answer will be 30 Newton. This is the apparent weight of the body of the solid. I hope everyone has got this. Please note it down, and then we shall proceed to our next problem, right? So I hope you have noted it down. Now we are proceeding to the next question. Please write down the next question. I am dictating the next question to you, the third question. Please write down the third question. The third question says a metal cube of 5 cm side, and relative density 9 is suspended by a thread so as to be completely immersed in a liquid, of density 1.2 into 10 raised to the power 3 kg per meter cube. 1.2 into 10 raised to the power 3 kg per meter cube. Full stop. Find the tension in the thread. I'm repeating the question again. Please listen. A metal cube of 5 cm side and relative density 9 is suspended by a thread so as to be completely immersed in a liquid of density 1.2 into 10 raised to the power 3 kg per meter cube. Find the tension in the thread, right? I hope everyone has noted down the question. And again, this question is based on the similar concept. In fact, on the same concept that we have been discussing the first two problems. So now it says there is a cube. Instead of this body, now there is a cube. Let me draw it like this. Okay? This is a cube. Now. A metal cube of side 5 cm. The side is given as 5 cm. This is the side of the cube. So a metal cube of side 5 cm and relative density 9. ठीक है? अब density की जगह हमें relative density दी हुई है 9. And we know what is relative density. Relative density is nothing but the density of object with respect to density of water. So the density of object or density, I'm solving the question. will be equal to relative density multiplied by density of water. So always remember what is relative density. Relative density is nothing but the density of object or solid with respect to density of water. So relative density का कैसे लिखेंगे? Density of relative density is equal to density of object upon density of water. So density of object will be equal to relative density multiplied by density of water. Relative density is given as 9 multiplied by density of water. We know 1000 kg per meter cube. So the density of metal cube will be 9000 kg per meter cube, which is quite high, right? That means in the volume of 1 meter cube, there is a mass of 9000 kg, right? This is how we read it. And now what we are being asked, this is suspended by a thread so as to be completely immersed in a liquid of density. The density of the liquid rho L, this is given to us as 1.2 into 10 raised to the power 3 kg per meter cube, right? And now this can be written as 1.2 into 10 raised to the power 3 can be written as 1200 kg per meter cube, right? So this is the density of liquid, and we have to calculate the tension in the thread. So whether you are being asked the tension in the thread or the apparent weight, both means the same thing, because tension is only used to calculate the apparent weight, right? So T will be equal to W minus U. We have been doing this for a long time. Okay? So T will be equal to W minus U. So T is equal to, what is the value of W? W is the weight of the object in air, but we are not given the weight. Okay? We are not given the mass. Okay? So we will have to calculate it. W can be written as mg, and mg can be written as, let me write it like this, mg minus, this is rho L V SI into G. So T will be equal to, now mass can be written as, we know density is equal to mass upon volume, so mass will be density into volume. Okay? So density of solid multiplied by volume of solid into G minus density of liquid. And what is the volume of solid immersed? Since the complete cube is immersed, so volume of solid immersed will be equal to the complete volume, that is Vs multiplied by G, right? So from here T can be written as, we can take G and Vs common, so Vs into G is taken out common, we will be left with rho S minus rho L, right? And now we can further solve it as T is equal to, what is the volume of solid? Volume of solid. How do we calculate the volume of solid? Volume of solid can be calculated as, since this is a cube, so the volume of the solid will be equal to side cube. Okay? And because this is given in centimeter, we will convert it in SI unit, that is in meter. So it will be 5 into 10 raised to the power minus 2 and the cube of this. So in this way we have calculated the volume of the cube. Multiply by G, let us take the value of G as 10. And what is the density of the solid? Density of the solid is 9000. So this is 9000 minus density of liquid. Density of liquid is given as 1200 kg per meter cube. Fine. So this is. Now we have to solve this. So T will be equal to 5 5s are 25, 25 5s are 125. So 125 multiplied by 10 raised to the power minus 6 multiplied by 10 multiplied by 9000 minus 1200 will be equal to 7800. Okay? 9000 minus 1000 will be 8000, and 8000 minus 200 will be 7800. Fine. So T will be equal to, please multiply it, and now I am telling you the result. You can multiply this by yourself. The answer is given as 125 it will be 125 into 10 raised to the power minus 5 into 7800, and on solving this you get the answer as 9.75 meter. Fine. I hope this question is also clear to you, and you can definitely expect such kind of questions in your exams. Okay? So please note it down and then we shall move forward. So now please write down the next question. I am dictating the next question to you, and this question is based on equation of continuity. Please write down. The question says water flows through a horizontal pipe. Water flows through a horizontal pipe of varying area of cross section. Water flows through a horizontal pipe of varying area of cross section at the rate of 10 cubic meter per minute. 10 cubic meter per minute. Full stop. Determine the velocity of water. Determine the velocity of water at a point. Determine the velocity of water at a point where radius of pipe is 10 centimeter. Where radius of pipe is 10 centimeter. So please pause the video and try to solve the question by yourself first and then watch the solution, right? Now we don't need this figure, so I'm erasing it. So the question says water flows through a horizontal pipe of varying area of cross section at the rate of 10 cubic meter per minute. So 10 cubic meter per minute. What is this? It has the dimensions of volume per unit time. That means this is the rate of flow, and to be specifically called, this is the volume rate of flow. 10 cubic meter per minute. That means the water that is flowing through the cross section or the rate of flow through that pipe is 10 cubic meter per minute. So volume rate of flow, this is given as volume rate of flow, and it is denoted as Q. Okay? Volume rate of flow, this is given as 10 cubic meter per minute. 10 meter cube per minute. So we will convert it in SI, and it is given as 10 meter cube upon 60 second. So it will be 1/6 meter cube per second. I hope this is clear to everyone. So this is the volume rate of flow. Fine. And by equation of continuity, we know that the product of area of cross section and the velocity is constant. That means if you consider any cross sectional area, if the pipe is of varying cross section, if you consider any cross sectional area, then the speed of the liquid flowing through that cross section is equal to the product of the cross section multiplied by the speed of liquid at that cross section. We know this is constant. A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. We have already derived this in our previous classes, right? So what is AV? If you see by equation of continuity, AV is equal to constant, and I already told you that volume rate of flow is nothing but the product of area of cross section and the velocity. हमने बर्नौली's थ्योरम के टाइम पे इस चीज की बात करी थी that the product of area of cross section and the speed of the liquid is equal to nothing but the volume rate of flow, right? When I told you about the fluids in motion, we discussed this thing. Okay? So we can say that AV will be equal to 1/6 meter cube per second. And now in this equation we have two variables. One variable is given to us the radius of the pipe, so we know the cross section of the pipe, and we want to calculate the velocity of water, so we can easily calculate from here. The area will be equal to pi r square. Okay, let me write it in the radius ठीक है, because the radius is given to us. So area will be pi r square multiplied by v. It should be equal to 1 by 6 meter cube per second. All right. So now we will put the known values. Pi is 3.14 into r. Radius is 10 centimeter. You will convert it in SI. So 10 into 10 raised to the power minus 2, and it will be 0.1. ठीक है, ये 10 raised to the power minus 1 का square multiplied by velocity is equal to 1 by 6. And now you can easily calculate the value of velocity or the speed of the fluid. ठीक है, and this comes out to be 5.31 meter per second. I hope this is clear to everyone. You can easily solve it. This is just now the calculation is left. ठीक है, you will multiply 6 with 3.14 and then 10 raised to the power minus 2, and the answer will come out to be 5.31 into 10 into 5.31 meter per second. This is the velocity of the water at that point where the radius is 10 centimeter. All right, please note it down, and then we shall move to our next problem. I hope everyone has already done this. ठीक है, now we are proceeding to the next problem. The next question, please write it down. Please write down the next question. The next question says water flows through a horizontal pipe. Water flows through a horizontal pipe whose internal diameter is 2 centimeter. Water flows through a horizontal pipe whose internal diameter is 2 centimeter. Whose internal diameter is 2 centimeter at a speed of 1 meter per second. At a speed of 1 meter per second. Full stop. What should be the diameter of the nozzle? What should be the diameter of the nozzle if the water is to emerge? If the water is to emerge at a speed of 4 meter per second. What should be the diameter of the nozzle if the water is to emerge at a speed of 4 meter per second? Please pause the video and try to solve the question by yourself. ठीक है? And now we are going to discuss this problem. ठीक है? So please see. So this question is again based on the equation of continuity. You must have recognized it. ठीक है? And what we have been saying, water flows through a horizontal pipe whose internal diameter is 2 centimeter at a speed of 1 meter per second. What should be the diameter of the nozzle if the water is to emerge at a speed of 4 meter per second? So बहुत easy है. We will use the equation A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. ठीक है? We will use the first part for the internal cross section, and we will use this side for the nozzle. ठीक है? So what is A1? A1 will be equal to pi r square. We have been given the internal diameter which is 2 centimeter. ठीक है? So we will write it as pi d square by 4 multiplied by V1 is equal to pi d2 square by 4, and it should be multiplied with V2. Fine. This is area multiplied by velocity, right? So pi by 4 gets cancelled out, and we are left with d1 square multiplied by V1 is equal to d2 square multiplied by V2, right? And V1 is given as 2 centimeter. ठीक है? तो let me write it as 2 centimeter. So it can be written as 2 into 10 to the power minus 2. Now this is in meters. So square of this multiplied by velocity which is given as 1 meter per second, and we have to calculate the diameter of the nozzle. So it will be d2 square multiplied by v2 is 4 meter per second, because the water has to emerge out with this velocity, right? So it will be 4 into 10 raised to the power minus 4 is equal to 4 d2 square. This 4 and this 4 gets cancelled out. So d2 square is equal to 10 raised to the power minus 4, and from here d2 is equal to 10 raised to the power minus 2 meter, which is actually equal to 1 centimeter. So if the diameter of the nozzle is 1 centimeter, water will emerge out with the velocity 4 meter per second. I hope this question was quite simple, and again you can expect such kind of problems in your exams. Okay? So please note it down, and then we should move to the next problem. I hope everyone is done. So please write down the next question, and this question is based on Bernoulli's theorem. Please write down the next question. The next question says, water enters at one end of a horizontal pipe. Water enters at one end of a horizontal pipe of non-uniform cross-section with a velocity of 0.4 meter per second. With a velocity of 0.4 meter per second, and leaves the other end with a velocity of 0.6 meter per second, and leaves the other end with a velocity of 0.4 meter per second, and leaves the other end with a velocity of 0.6 meter per second. Full stop. The pressure of water at the first end is 1500 Newton per meter square. The pressure of water at the first end is 1500 Newton per meter square. Full stop. Calculate the pressure at the other end. Calculate the pressure at the other end. I am repeating the question. The question is, water enters at one end of a horizontal pipe of non-uniform cross-section area with a velocity of 0.4 meter per second, and leaves the other end with a velocity of 0.6 meter per second. Full stop. The pressure of water at the first end is 1500 Newton per meter square. The pressure of water at the first end is 1500 Newton per meter square. Full stop. Calculate the pressure at the other end. Please pause the video and try to solve the question by yourself. I hope you have tried, and now I am going to discuss the solution. So clearly the Bernoulli's theorem will be applied for the horizontal pipe, and for horizontal pipe we know there will be no term of potential energy per unit volume. So